And hello, welcome to another campground review. I'm Dr. Brenda. I'm a sociologist, financial coach, founder of Gutsy Women Finances Community, also a full-time RVer traveling the country with my 3 cats. Hey, please subscribe below. Hit that button. Please do me a favor. If you already subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm at Gamble Rogers State Park in Flagler Beach, Florida. And we've got a 4.5 out of 5 campfire review. This has been a really great stay. Now, this photo was taken, I'm here last part of April 2022, so I took this photo this morning. And there are really 2 campgrounds here. There is the beachside. You can see right here, this is the photo, beachside camping right on the ocean. You've got sandy campsites. I'm on the riverside, which is along the Intracoastal Waterway. So you've got 2 very separate campgrounds here. Just keep that in mind. I'm going to show you, play video of both of those campgrounds. Also, this is like many of the Florida parks. These things book up so quickly, 11 months in advance. You want a beachside in particular, you've got to be online the second that becomes available for the dates that you want. Very difficult to get the beachside, a little bit easier to get the riverside. So let's go ahead and talk about the campsites. I give them a solid 4 out of 5. My campsite, very spacious. I have a fire pit. I have a separate little grill area, a picnic table. Able to get my catio out, very level, gravel surface. I've got really no complaints. Plenty of space between me and the neighbors. There is quite a bit of variance, though. This is the riverside, is the newer campground. And if you go up to the beach side, that's quite a mixed bag. Things are not going to be quite as level. It's sandy. There's a trade-off. You've got wind. It's very windy up there, but yeah, you're right along the water. Here, it's more spacious on Riverside. So quite a bit of variance. Just be careful when you pick the site. Know what you're getting into. Restrooms. Oh yeah, I'm kind of picky on my restrooms. Terrific job. Lots of facilities here. Plenty of toilets. Plenty of showers. Hooks on the doors. Good water pressure. Clean, and a washer and a dryer. Woohoo! $2 to wash, $2 to dry. Everything even worked out good. Clothes were dry. So really good restrooms, 5 out of 5. Let's jump into the amenities and the trails. I'm going to give them a 4 out of 5. I'm a hiker. I love hiking. That's a little bit difficult to do in Florida. I mean, there's some walking, but it's, you don't have a lot of elevation, and it's a mixed bag in terms of the trails. There is a nature trail here. It's a small trail, short trail. I think maybe 3/4 of a mile if you do all the loops. And the key thing, though, is that you can rent kayaks. So I did rent a kayak, and I do give them a lot of credit. There seem to be a lot of ranger-led or volunteer-led activities, and they book up fast. So if you're interested in something, when you check in, make sure that you get your name on that list because things are booked up fast. Kayak tour this morning was booked up. They had some type of a full moon event and last week when I came in, and that was all booked up. So amenities and trails, I did have to drive ways to go to some of the other parks. There's some really nice local parks here, by the way. I went to some sugar plantation ruins, did a long hike there, drove north up A1A to Washington Oaks Garden State Park. Wow. Take a trip up there. You love gardens, you love beauty. One of the most beautiful parks I have ever visited. So check out the area because there's some really nice parks in the area. You do have the ocean. That's a pretty good amenity, kayaking, but for me, not a lot of trails. So they get a 4 out of 5. Safety. Usually I give campgrounds maybe a 4 out of 5. I felt like there was a lot more presence from the rangers in the campground, and no safety issues at all. There is a gate at the entrance. That gate is locked at sunset. You get a code. but I felt very, very safe. So they get the unusual 5 out of 5 cleanliness. Really terrific job cleaning up the sites, raking up the sites. By the way, they did let me in the park extra early, so some parks are sticklers. These folks, they radio back and forth between the hosts and the ranger in the station, and if your site is ready, they're going to let you use it. So that I really appreciate. Very clean, and there's recycling. Couldn't find plastic bottle recycling, but there is recycling of cardboard and aluminum cans, which I always appreciate. Value, it's $28 a night, plus tax, plus there is a reservation fee, and this is a partial hookup, both 30 and 50 amp dump stations in the campground, so you're good. So 4 out of 5 on the campground altogether. I got to give it a 4.5 out of 5. A really good stay if you do stay here. Hey, let me know how you liked it. I hope you like the videos coming up ahead, and maybe I'll see you on the road. You guys take care. Bye-bye. Here's the main entrance to the park. And again, you know, you might be in either of the campground. This is on the riverside or the oceanside. You've got to come into the main park to register. They're also going to give you a tag for your vehicle, and they will put down the key code. The gates close at sunset. That one's out of order on top, so hopefully you can get to the shorter one. But this is, you've got that level of security, and right up here is the A1A. There is a crosswalk. Be careful walking. Cars don't always yield, but we're going to head on over to the Oceanside part of the campground. This is the ranger station. Now you can see they've got 2 places for big RVs to park. Very accommodating. What I have discovered is that the campground host, they'll clean up a site, they will radio that site in. Ranger knows what's clean and what's not. I was here very, very early, and they accommodated me. The site was clear, ready to go. Well, in about 15 minutes it was. So very good service. There are 2 campgrounds. You're going to still check in at this main area. If you're on an Oceanside, you're just going to loop around, come on back across A1A. This is my campsite. I am parked at Site 45 right next to the camp host. By the way, that's where you can find some firewood. And sun is getting pretty strong here. Plenty of room. This is a nice, real gravel, flat surface. Didn't have any issues leveling. I had plenty of room for my catio. That's always a big plus. It does get a little windy here, not like up at the Oceanside, but it does get windy, so I am strapped down on the sides where the wind is coming from, just to be on the safe side. And I've got a nice fire pit if I want to make a fire. Post to hang some stuff with, like my lovely lantern. Big picnic table. I can move the picnic table. I also have a separate grill. I love to have a separate grill, as I can lower it and actually, you know, get my stuff cooked. So I'm backed up. There's the restroom. People use this. This is sort of an open area for people to come and go. But it's, I've been pretty happy with the site. The plus side of this part of the campground, the riverside, is that you've got a lot more space between you and your neighbors. It is less windy, but yep, you're not right on the water. It's not too hard to walk up to the Atlantic though. So there you go. That's my campsite. There are a number of tent sites, so I'm going to show you one right across from my site. This happens to be Site 44. You do have water at the site, and oh, it looks like 20 amp up there, so you've got some power. That's great news. And of course the sites are a little bit on the smaller side, but all you need is space for your tent. You kind of get this jungle feel here. You have a fire pit, a picnic table, place to hang stuff. Maybe you can hang a hammock, huh? And surrounded by jungle. Very, very quiet. Feels like you got the place to yourself. So 20 amps, picnic table, fire pit. Oh, there is a grill on top of the fire pit. Water. Pretty sweet, guys. So if you're into tent camping and it's not too hot, there's the big if. If it's not too hot, this might be a great place for you. Let's check out the restrooms on the Riverside Campground. So one of the things I love to see is a separate sink for washing your dishes, especially if this is all a partial hookup. So you know, if your gray tank is getting full, you come down here, wash your dishes down here. It's a big help. Let's go into the restrooms. Three toilet stalls and an accessible stall. It's a warm day, so the fan is blowing. Hello, hello, hello. Showers, separate curtains, hooks, and another hook. I love the hooks. Accessible stall. This side of the campground, the Riverside, is newer, and the facilities seem a little newer too. Whew, a little bit noisy in there. Hope you could hear me. Now, one of the things I've been loving about the Florida state parks, laundry, $2 and $2. I did one load the other day. Everything worked fine. Couple of books if you want, and there are actually 2 washers and 2 dryers. So pretty good bathroom facilities, clean. Washer dryer. Did I say washer dryer? Oh yeah, and hooks. At the entrance to Riverside Campground, you're gonna find a little walking trail, nature trail. So we'll just head on up here so you can check it out a little bit. There are some ways to cut through to get closer to the river. Also, I'll show you another cut through. It's very nice, but also a very short trail. Does loop around toward the rear of the campground if you want to adventure out. So for our purpose today, I'm just gonna take you on a little part of it so you can see where we're coming out here. Got the dump station up ahead. You can keep going on this trail and you will get closer to the pavilions, the picnic area, the kayak and canoe area. Got the dump station, also the garbage bin. There is recycling here. It is corrugated cardboard only and aluminum cans. Not sure why plastic bottles cannot be recycled, but doesn't include plastic bottles. The dump station is very nice. There are 2 sewer pipes, so you want to move on up to the furthest one, but very decent amount of space for the dump stations. I'm at the day use area. This is right before you enter the Riverside Campground, and there's a boat dock down that way. Now I'm filming this on a Sunday evening. All the folks who get their Monday morning work plans are out of the park, so it's pretty quiet here. This is also where you're going to find the kayaks, and this is the Intracoastal Waterway. I'm going to take you down to this really nifty kayak ramp because I was able to pull out my own kayak and easily launch myself into the water. I love these things. This is so perfect. So you can just slide the kayak down in here. It's got the rails, and get yourself into the Intracoastal Waterway. You do want to, a tip that the ranger gave me, I said, how do I not get lost? Because there are a lot of little channels, and she said to look for the water tower. I did lose the water tower several times. I also should have checked the tide and gone at a higher tide level, because I ran aground on a lot of the oyster beds. Lots of oyster beds on the channel, almost choking some of them. But kayaks, I'm here April 2022 for a single. It was $15 the first hour. It'll take your credit card, make a copy of your driver's license. $10 for a second hour. Credit cards are fine. They also have occasional events, so I am headed on a kayak tour to benefit a local group tomorrow morning, and looking forward to that. The ranger events seem to fill up really quickly, so the minute you check into the campground, I would recommend asking if there are any ranger-led events while you're there, and sign up as quickly as you can. And as you enter the campground, the Riverside Campground, you'll see the sign, Restrooms, Nature Trail, Butterfly Garden. It is a very small garden. Restrooms over here, in case you need a restroom. The door's open. We'll just take a quick peek inside. Fully accessible. Fine restroom. They do post their notices up pretty regularly around the various parts of the park. So like this is their April programs. There's music, gamble jam, hike the hammock, the guided kayak eco tour, moonrise at the beach, crabbing basics. So plenty of events going on. If you can sign up, sign up. So this is a little bit of a cut through. Again, not much of a butterfly garden, but you're looking for the paved sidewalk, and follow this because this is the way to get across the highway, A1A highway. There's another part of the same nature trail that I just took you on. But this is a convenient way, so you're not walking up the road to A1A Ranger Station on the right. If you want to park up here on the Oceanside, there is a little parking area right here. Just make sure you got your tag displayed. I have seen the ranger-led events at this building. Now you might have noticed the wind has picked up, most definitely. We're gonna head into the Oceanside Campground, and again I'm fortunate to be here filming this on a Sunday evening where there are some slots open. This is entirely gated, so again you need to check in at the ranger station. They will give you a code. Again, the top one is out of order. I guess they don't like to use that one. If gate malfunctions, they give you a phone number to call. So I have gravel at my site, which is on the riverside. These are more sand. I guess it's a sand gravel type of mix. It is windier here. You look to be on the short side. I'll just go ahead and give you a sense of what this part looks like. A beach overlook. I'll pop up there in a minute. But campsites look very level. That guy's got blocks on the front, so how about somewhat level? Picnic table. There is a fire pit over here. You can hear the sound of the ocean. It's been pretty rough here in April. And the electrical box, 30 and 50 amp. So very nicely done. A good setup here. These sites, I mean, boy, everything in the Florida parks gets booked up within seconds of it being available. But I was able to get a site at the riverside part of the campground. Here they go right away. So if you're interested in staying right up by the Atlantic, grab that site as soon as you can. Let's take a look. Beach is at your back door, and you might see this area flagged off. I believe they are protecting sea turtles or the dune, but sea turtle season starts May 1st, so they're getting ready for that. So definitely two very different campgrounds. It's a good place to show you the whole scope of things. The Oceanside Campground has its own dump station, so you don't have to go back into the main area to dump. This is the restrooms. They look very similar to what is on the other side, but we'll take a look. You have a soda machine, drinking fountain. Again, they're doing a good job of keeping this information up to date and available. Fish cleaning. No fish cleaning, guys. This is for your dishwashing. That facility is out of order, but hey, here you go. Washer and dryer, $2 for a wash, $2 for a dry. Little library. And let's go ahead and check out the women's facilities. Got 3 regular toilet stalls. Everything looks pretty clean. 1 accessible stall, and bathhouse may be closed 10 to noon. 3 sinks. Hi guys, how you doing? I'm in my beach clothes today, huh? Hot one. It's been cool and now it got hot. So shower facilities. Separate shower curtain, 1 hook, 2 hooks, a bench down here. So pretty good deal. Again, everything looks pretty clean, and this is the larger accessible shower. So all in all, baby changing table. It is your cement blocks and tile on the floor. Everything looks pretty acceptable. I know that I had a very nice shower when I used the shower. Good water pressure. And again, I am definitely at the Oceanside. Let's go ahead, and it's hard to resist not walking you out here one more time. Place for you to clean off your toes and your dogs. And another area where you can access the beach So they have overlooks as well as ramps for you to get down to the sand, down to the water. Rip current, I think every day since I've been here, so it's a pretty rough waters today.